welcome back, guys. And in this lesson, we are going to go over money management. And this is just going to be a brief lesson on personal finance. And what we're going to do is take a quick look at how to structure your trading account in accordance with your personal finances. And we're going to make sure that your personal finances are in line, because this will greatly help your psyche as a trader. And just remember, everything that we're learning with the technical analysis and with the risk management is all so that we can preserve your psychology, so that you can trade with confidence and so that you can actually have fun as a trader and not be stressed out all the time. So if your trading account is funded with money that you need for food or for bills, you are walking down a very dangerous path. Any period of drawdown in your trading, however brief, will have a drastic effect on your psyche, and it will impact you as a trader. In this video, we're going to outline for you some personal finance principles to give you the best chance for success. And by the end of the video, you should have a really good idea on what is important when it comes to making a budget, how to manage your spending, factoring in your trading account with your current financial situation, and also why a safety net is crucial to becoming a great trader. The first concept I want to talk about with you is how to pay yourself first. You might have heard this before, and a lot of people don't really understand what it means. What it means is save money. And what it means by pay yourself first is that's the first thing you do with the money that you get, whether it be from a check, whatever your source of income is. You have to save money first, because it's your safety net. Your savings are going to be your safety net, and that's also the capital that you can put into your trading account to get going with your investments. So the average person, this is how their savings is set up. They get their money, they spend all or some of it, and whatever is left over is what they put into savings. Well, since you don't want to be average, you have to do things differently. So what you have to do to get started is to pay yourself first. You have to save money before you can get started on anything. And when it comes to personal finance, building your savings is really the easiest part of it, because all you have to do is be disciplined and really focus on doing it. And it's the best thing that you can do to get started down the path of financial freedom. And if anyone wants to skip this step, the only other way to acquire any sort of capital for a business or for trading is to get a loan. And 99% of the loans that you get aren't going to allow you to trade with it, not legally anyway. So what's the magic number when it comes to how much to save? Well, really the answer is as much as humanly possible. But the minimum for me, I set a goal of 10% when I first started making money, was 10% of everything I got went into savings. And that's how I got started. And here's the thing. Right now, the way your finances are set up, you might not have 10% to get started right away. I totally understand that. When I started, I didn't either. I just made it my goal. So until you can get to that mark, just save every single thing that you can and get clear on what is important to you and what habits you have that might be slowly robbing you of your time and your money. So this means managing expenses, and that brings us to this second topic I wanted to discuss, which is trimming the fat. And really, attached to this lesson, I have a sheet for you called Various Saving Techniques. And what it is, it's supposed to get you thinking about all the hidden costs that you incur over a month or over the years. Because there are certain things that you just don't need that can really take away from money that you could be saving and eventually could be trading as well. Now, it's not going to be fun or easy, but go through the list and you'll see things that you really didn't need, or maybe you can make a few adjustments here and there that will help your bottom line, and it'll help you find that 10%. So really, the one thing that I looked at when I was trying to make my budget and hit that 10% goal was the things that were taking me away from being productive. So what that for me was, it was cable, it was Netflix, it was Hulu. And for a while, we just canceled those and we went without because we didn't need them, and what we needed more at that time was to save our money and to get things going with our investments and with the trading career. So that works twofold, because you have more time and more money to evolve into the type of person that you'd like to be. So saving money is one of those steps that you can do immediately. You don't have to wait to save money. The next time someone gives you $20 or the next time you get a paycheck, just put as much of it as you can, aim for that 10%, and get it into your savings account. And you'll really be shocked at how quickly you can save up money. And then with your skill set of trading, you can amplify that money. So it's a really straightforward process, and most banks will let you automatically take money from one account and put it into savings. And that's what I did. I automated my savings. So every month, 10% of my income comes out of my checking account and goes into my savings account. Without the extra money, without your savings, how can you start a business? Like, forget trading. If you don't have money, how are you going to do anything you want to do? And along with savings, kind of brings us to our third point, and that is a concept called cash buffers. When you're trading, you always want to have cash buffers. And really, forget trading. This is in life in general. You want to have some cash to fall back on in case anything happens. So this means part of your overall cash needs to be liquid. It needs to be in a bank account where you can access it quickly, not tied up in an investment or tied up in any other sort of asset that you can't cash out for money. You need to have it. And I recommend having at least 3 months of your cost of living saved up before you start trading full time. Just in case you hit a rough patch, you know that you have 3 months saved up where you can have, I should say, like subpar trading performance. And this will help your psychology aspect a ton, because those cash buffers will give you confidence, and you're not going to have to push for trades and desperately search for trades, because that'll end up getting you into bad positions that you don't want to be in. So I would view investments as a pyramid. So at the bottom, the very bottom, you've got your savings and your cash buffers. That has to be the base, because if you try to do things without savings or any sort of cash buffer, you're going to be really psychologically prone to being swung in one direction or the other. You're going to get thrown off. And the fourth thing is to just have a budget. And I'm not a personal finance expert by any means, but successful people know what their money is doing by following a budget. And budgets can be very personal based on everyone's values. So for me, I just want to give a general outline of how to put a budget in place. Like for me, I would never buy clothes unless my wife pretty much asked me to. And like for others, they might have to rein it in when it comes to buying clothes. For me, I spend money on books and seminars and classes, and other people you couldn't pay to have them do that stuff. So that's why this general outline will give you the tools that you need in order to put a budget together that works for you and works within your personality and your lifestyle. So here, and I'll put this on a sheet underneath the video as well, on a spreadsheet, but here's what we want to have. 10% every month goes into cash savings, so pay yourself first. 10% every month I would put into education, so you can grow your knowledge. Third, I would put 10% into fund money. Then I would put 10% into tithings or giving back if you're involved with the church, or you want to donate and give your time and money to the community. Shoot for 10% a month on that. And then 60% goes to everything else. Your bills, your food, shelter, utility, gas, car, insurance, everything like that. Kids' sports, whatever you may have. Anything you need on a monthly basis, you want to have 60% to cover that, and the other 40% you want for the other things. So you might be thinking right now, there's no way that 40% of my income can go to things that aren't paying my bills. I totally understand that. I totally get that. So I was the exact same way when I decided to come up with this budget. So I started with the savings. And then once I got that settled, I had a little bit of money, and then I started going into education. And then remember, so like no savings, no trading account, no investments, no progress. So number one is always going to be pay yourself first. So, and then education, getting into that, it's just so critical to growing into the person that you want to be. The biggest investment you can make is in yourself, and it's true. Like, that is what trading is. That's what this community is all about. It's about getting better at trading and at life together. So once I had savings and education set, then I started to work a small percentage of my budget into fun money. Just, at first, $25, $50 a month. And my wife and I would go catch a movie, maybe go get some dinner or whatever. And then we slowly started increasing that as our income increased. So from $50, we went to $100 and so on and so forth. And we've been able to bump up what we've been able to do just based on trading. And as our income has grown, that 10% keeps getting bigger and bigger. And really, like, fun money is important to have. It's not, a lot of people view a budget as like restrictive and you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to make a ton of cutbacks. That's why you put that 10% in for yourself. Otherwise, you'll just get burned out. You're not going to get any enjoyment out of money. And you want your relationship with money to be give and take. You want to control it. You want to save the money you want to save and spend the money that you need and want to spend. So once your needs are taken care of and you can have fun and just really be having, have money work for you, you can start giving back your 10%. You can start, giving tithings to your church or donating or do whatever you want with that 10%. Maybe you buy someone's groceries one week. That would be a really personal way to give back. However you want to use that 10%, that's up to you. So to conclude this, once you get your budget dialed in, and then at the very minimum, you can start to save your 10%, you can start building an account. You can start building a trading account like that. And if your personal finances are out of whack, your trading will reflect that, because it's hard to get into trading with financial instability, because you're going to be thinking about that. Every trade that you take, it's going to be on your mind. So before you can start making money, you have to have a sound footing and not be affected emotionally by trading. So your situation in life might affect this, and I totally understand that. Like, I had a family already when I started trading, and this all goes into your risk, because for me, I had to be very cautious with my risk. I had to take it slow because I couldn't blow all of our money. And not saying it's a good idea to blow your money, but straight out of high school, look, I would have been fine living in my car and kind of scraping by, learning how to trade and, living that sort of lifestyle, but I can't do that anymore. And I'm sure many of you can't either. So, like my kids now, they like toys and they kind of like to eat like a few times a day. So we have to have money for that. So no matter what, have a plan with your finances, save some money, make some adjustments to your spending, create cash buffers for a safety net, and budget your income. If you do all these things, you're going to have a really good chance to be an extremely successful trader.